Revitalizing Leo, and welcome to March 2020. This is your astrological read for this month, and I love to start a little bit before March to get a sense of the astrological climate for your up and coming month. So with that, I'll start with February 23rd. There is a new moon in Pisces, and that is in your 8th house. Your 8th house is generally representing, it's the house of regeneration, of shared resources, other people's money, also has to do with intimacy with people. So having a new moon in Pisces in that house, it's a really fresh energy, and it can be emotional as well. So maybe you're sharing resources with somebody or loaning money, and it's like comes from an emotional place, a place of a lot of love, or a lot of it's for an emotional purpose, or also you are rejuvenating yourself with, could be like regenerating with meditation or some form of therapy, and it's in that form, which is like a fresh and emotional twist to it. After that, on March 4th, Mercury is going retrograde in Aquarius, and that is in your 7th house. Now, Mercury retrograde is not really as negative as people put the spin on it to be. It's really like there can be delays in technology and your phones or travel or communication, but really what all that is pointing to is slowing down. We're so much go all the time, and I think it's important during Mercury retrogrades to slow down, review. A lot of it has to do with reviewing things, rehashing, could be ideas, and depending on what house it is. And for you, it's in the 7th house. And the 7th house has to do with your partnerships, your relationships, business partnerships as well. And being that Mercury is retrograde in Aquarius there, you could be reviewing like contracts you have with business partners, or maybe a loved one or your romantic partner. You guys are slowing down to talk, and to maybe you would still take a trip during Mercury retrograde. It could be just a little bit of a retreat for you guys to kind of rekindle things. And being that Aquarius is there, it could involve like very innovative things, you're taking a retreat somewhere new you haven't been, but make sure whenever you make plans during Mercury retrograde that you're you're checking everything twice, making sure that everything's good, that you book the right room. All that kind of stuff is really important. Again, it's important to go with the slowdown and make sure everything's right. On the same day, March 4th, Venus, the planet of beauty and romance and value, is entering Taurus, and it's very much at home there, and that's very good for you in your 10th house of career. It's career, it's how you achieve in the outer world. It's your status, reputation, vocational purpose, and how you take power in the world. Having Venus entering Taurus in this house, Taurus is a fellow fixed sign like you, so it's a very positive aspect to have, and you could be seeing a lot of benefits to your career around this time, and for March. So take advantage of that, and that's wonderful energy to have. Following that, March 9th, The full moon will be in Virgo, and that is in your second house. The full moon tends to bring things to like a head. It tends to, it could be emotional. It could, because the moon represents, your inner world, your emotions, your inner stirrings, and having it in Virgo, you could be analyzing things. You could be Virgo's logical, analytical. It likes things neat. It likes things organized. So you could be organizing, your thoughts. And being that it's in your second house, it could be thoughts to do with money, your possessions, your values, and your skills, your things that you possess, things that you have, your wealth. So during this time, you could be really putting a lot of energy into reorganizing your finances, your possessions, the things you own. Going out to buy, if you're going out to buy some furniture or anything like that, you could be a little bit more picky as to what you are, a little bit more choosy as to what you're buying. And that's smart, especially during a retrograde cycle. So that's a good aspect to have for this month. So on March 9th, we have Mercury going direct, which is awesome. Finally, it's going direct, and you can count on your mind working a lot better, things to go a lot smoother in transportation and trips. And it's happening in Aquarius, in your seventh house of regeneration, other people's money, shared resources, intimacy. That's very good, because if you were feeling foggy the past 2 to 3 weeks before that, you're really clearing up there in your communications with that. Like, let's say you were kind of considering a contract with a business partner or a friend, or loaning money out, or something to do with that. It could also be, in your relationships, you're wondering, you're asking the questions during the retrograde, and during Mercury direct, it clears up and you get your answers, and you sign that business contract, and you're pretty sure and pretty clear on how things are going to go. So yeah, it's March 9th is a good date to start thinking about moving forward with your business contracts or relationships as well. March 16th, Mercury is moving again. It's re-entering Pisces, and that's in your 8th house. It's moved on to your 8th house, which is your shared money, other people's money, regeneration, which is really, it's along the same storyline with Mercury being in Aquarius, moving from your 7th house, partnerships, to now shared money. So you could have been working on a contract, talking with friends about money you were needing or they were needing, and now you're going forward with Mercury and Pisces, and Pisces can be emotional, so it's a positive emotion at this degree. So it's like you're happy to give, things are clear, and you're happy to move forward with whatever business you're doing. Following that, on March 19th, which is Happy Spring Equinox, finally we're getting some longer days, which is amazing for productivity. And hopefully things are warming up wherever you are. We have Uranus, the planet Uranus, sextiling your true node. And your true node has to do with your destiny in the world and goals you have. And having Uranus there Uranus loves surprise. With the sextile, it looks like it's positive surprises. So you could be or innovating, innovating your perspective on your goals, on your destiny in the world. This is very positive, and being that it's in your 10th house, 10th and 12th house are both having conversations here, positive conversations, which has to do with your career. 10th house is how you achieve in the world, how you take power, your purpose, and connecting with your 12th house of your dream life, your spiritual life, your transcendence, your inner world. And it totally makes sense that there's something going on inside you, a revolution that is giving you a push towards taking action, and it's all good here. And especially with at the same day, the sun is entering action-oriented Aries, which there's just this theme of like movement and action for you, and that's in your 9th house, where it has to do with your higher education as well. You could be taking action with a new course, with applying to schools. It's also travel and exploration, so you could be exploring new options for a business, or actually traveling around this time. And it's very passionate with Aries there. So March 21st, getting closer to the end of the month, Saturn is entering Aquarius. This is huge, guys. Saturn has been in Capricorn for the past like 2.5 years, and it hasn't been back in Aquarius for about 29 and a half, like 30 years. So that's a big deal. I mean, having Saturn entering Aquarius in your 7th house, which is your partnerships, marriage, your business relations, your relations with people, and your awareness of others. Having Saturn there, it loves to be in Aquarius. Aquarius is like, it's a lot more lighter energy than Capricorn. So this is very good. It could be really good for, for business with others, like discipline with Saturn, and then Aquarius seeks to like move around and, go to bigger communities, bigger groups, and kind of take things to a global level even. It's like, this is really great for that house of yours of relationships and partnerships. This is very auspicious for you. March 23rd, we have optimistic, lucky, positive Jupiter quintiling, which quintile is a positive aspect. It's in positive aspect with Chiron in Aries. I see these are very good aspects as well, because having Chiron is an asteroid that represents it's like healing to trauma. It has to do with past traumas. It's called the wounded healer. And the fact that Jupiter's quintiling it, it's giving it a boost. It's giving it optimism, luck. This could be a breakthrough for you in any traumatic, if you've had any trauma in your life, and it could be very healing. Being that it's in Aries, Aries likes action, so you're taking action in this. And it's in your 6th house, which represents, it's having a positive effect on your work, health, service, self-improvement, how you serve others in work. So I see this inner healing really doing a positive thing for those aspects in your life, your work, your health. Getting close to the end here, March 24th, we have a new moon in Aries at 12 degrees in your 9th house, which is, again, your higher education, philosophy in the world, publishing if you're going to publish, travel. It's your exploration and expanded horizons house. And having a new moon there, it's a fresh start. It's a fresh start for you. You're thinking clearly, you know, you have like a clean slate psychologically as well, towards those things. So having it in Aries, you're taking action on these things. You know, you're not afraid to take action. With maybe you're putting out content out there online, or you're gonna go seek a new class, apply for a new class. You're gonna have all this, you know, take charge energy towards those things. That's great. March 27th, there's just a little note here I wanted to give you guys. It's like, it's Venus in Taurus trining Jupiter in Capricorn. So that is a very happy aspect that can help you grow whatever you focus on. So you could maybe buy a lottery ticket on that day. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but it looks like you'll have the Midas touch with, you know, if you have an idea, focus on it. And it's good, like good soil to grow on that day. March 30th, wrapping this up, Mars is entering Aquarius at 0 degrees in your 7th house of relationships, business partnerships, your awareness of others, which having Mars in entering Aquarius there, Mars loves action. You're taking action in an innovative way, in you know, with maybe with a bigger group of friends, because of Aquarius there. You're taking action. You're continuing to take action on a contract with a friend or business. It looks like a very good end of the month for business. And leading into April, which is continuing with spring, it looks like you're going to have a great spring as well. I mean, a lot of these aspects are very positive. There's not a lot of harsh aspects here. So it looks like you're all set for spring. So with that, Leo, I want to thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe, like, comment if you want, if you would like, and just enjoy the rest of March and take care. Thank you.